In today's show, Bitcoin will suck in every asset narrative, spit it out, and surpass $1 million, says macro guru Raoul Pal. That's right, Pal predicts Bitcoin will reach $1 million within the next 5 years, and the former Goldman Sachs hedge fund manager says Bitcoin is the best opportunity of his career. He even says, I get this sounds a little evangelical, but I'm struggling to see it any other way right now. And he tweeted, Bitcoin is eating the world. It has become a super massive black hole that is sucking in everything around it and destroying it. This narrative is only going to grow over the next 18 months. You see, gold is breaking down versus Bitcoin, and gold investors will flip to BTC. The Wall Street vet also thinks Bitcoin will surpass its $20,000 all-time high in the first quarter of 2021. He goes on to share, there are literally only two resistances left on the Bitcoin chart, 14,000 and then the old all-time high at 20K. I fully expect new all-time highs by early next year at the latest. Then we have Tyler Winklevoss, who just tweeted, I do think we'll see an all-time high price for Bitcoin before 2020 is over. Even though the price has climbed from 10,000 to almost 14,000 in less than a month, it hasn't really gone on a breakout run yet. When we start to see $3,000 to $5,000 surges, then the bulls will be on the run. We'll be discussing this in today's show. Also in today's episode, the Bitcoin price finally sees a pullback, but the bulls are still marching steadily towards $20,000. We'll be doing some Bitcoin technical analysis and also taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin maintaining just above that $13,000 support, down 2.2% for the day. Most of the major altcoins are also in the red, but where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button, that's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash that link right below this video in the description. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and let's kick it off by diving into today's top story of the day. Bitcoin will suck in every asset narrative, spit it out, and surpass $1 million, says macro guru investor Raoul Pal. Raoul Pal, the co-founder and CEO of Real Vision Group, says Bitcoin is a supermassive black hole that is eating gold, the NASDAQ, banks, bonds, and commodities. The global macro strategist notes that he also thinks Bitcoin will outperform the G4 central bank balance sheet, silver, and the marquee stocks like Apple and Amazon. Pal shared the following on crypto Twitter. Bitcoin is eating the world. It has become a supermassive black hole that is sucking in everything around it and destroying it. This narrative is only going to grow over the next 18 months. You see, gold is breaking down versus Bitcoin, and gold investors will flip to BTC. And then he goes on to share, and the NASDAQ is next. Retail specs are going to flip to Bitcoin as it eats tech's lunch. And then he continues right here. It has already destroyed the banks, and they are now at their all-time low versus the digital currency hero, followed by bonds, one of my favorite trades of the years, dead in the water versus the superhero of all assets. And this goes on and on, so I'm not going to bore you with all of the details, but from commodities to the G4 central bank balance sheet to silver, forget about it. A little Italiano humor for you right there. Raul goes on to share that Bitcoin's performance is so dominant and so all-encompassing that it's going to suck in every single asset narrative dry and spit it out. Never before in my career have I seen a trade so dominant that holding any other assets makes almost no sense. All right, now for some bullish price predictions from Raoul Pal. He shares that Bitcoin will reach $1 million within 5 years. The former Goldman Sachs hedge fund manager says Bitcoin is the best opportunity of his career. That's right, so by the year 2025, he expects a $1 million Bitcoin price. Let me know if you agree or disagree with his bullish price prediction. And he goes on to share the macro, flows, technology, demography, and societal strains have all converged to this moment in time, and the definite answer from market is Bitcoin. I get this sounds a little evangelical, but I'm struggling to see it any other way right now. The supermassive black hole is going to suck in everything. Again, this is their best trade / investment and future opportunity I have ever found, and it has the power to give the little guy a chance to grab their share of the wealth creation before Wall Street does. Grab it Touche. The Wall Street vet also thinks Bitcoin will surpass its all-time high of $20,000 in 2021. And before I break this down, let's first take a look at the overall crypto market. Bitcoin just broke below that critical 13,000 support, now down 1.79% for the day, trading just above $12,900. We have Ethereum down 1.7%, trading at $383. XRP down 2.7%, trading just above 24 cents. Miss Litecoin down 5.8%, trading just above 54 bucks. Chainlink down 2%, trading at $11.27. So as you can see, most of the major altcoins in the entire crypto market currently correcting. Now this to be expected, especially consider Bitcoin has surged approximately $2,000 in the past few days. A lot of bullish market sentiment right now, but a healthy correction could be expected, so we continue to climb and finally break that critical $14,000 resistance. As many influencers are pointing out, there's nothing but air between 14,000 and the all-time high set at 20,000. So once we break that critical 14K resistance, there's no telling how fast we can reach a new all-time high. But now let's discuss when we're likely to surpass that $20,000 all-time high. Well, according to Raoul Pal, he feels it will happen in the first quarter of 2021. Bitcoin has undergone yet another strong rally to the upside over the past day. As I just pointed out, the leading crypto is currently trading just below $13,000. Analysts think that the crypto is poised to rocket even higher in the weeks ahead. Raoul Pal, the CEO of Real Vision and Wall Street Vet, recently shared the following chart. This shows that Bitcoin is about to break above a pivotal horizon resistance at 14,000, which should trigger a move towards 20,000 and beyond in the months ahead. He goes on to share, there are literally only two resistances left on the Bitcoin chart: 14,000 and then the old all-time high at 20K. I fully expect new all-time highs by early next year at the latest. And as I pointed out in yesterday's episode, Max Kaiser recently tweeted, as I've been pointing out, there's nothing but air from 14,000 to a new all-time high. I don't expect any kind of pullback until 28,000, and it may be short-lived. He was responding to Matt K, who wrote, after 14,000, there's literally no coins on the books. Only 900 new Bitcoin mined per day. That's 13 million of fresh daily sell side. These are the makings of a sell side liquidity crisis, aka reflective buying to the upside. And we do have other prominent investors in the crypto space who expect a strong rally in the months ahead. One of them is Tyler Winklevoss, one of the Winklevoss twins that launched the Gemini exchange and are now Bitcoin billionaires, who recently tweeted right here, I do think we'll see an all-time high price for Bitcoin before 2020 is over. Even though the price has climbed from 10,000 to almost 14,000 in less than a month, it hasn't really gone on a breakout run yet. When we start to see $3,000 to $5,000 surges, then the bulls will be on the run. So as you can see, Tyler Winklevoss says he expects a new all-time high here in the fourth quarter of 2020, as I've been predicting right here in the show, where Raoul Pal says it's going to happen by the first quarter of 2021 or sooner. So when do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to break out and reach price discovery mode, surpassing the $20,000 all-time high? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And now for the million-dollar question, why invest into the king of all crypto? Well, Powell thinks it's logical to invest into Bitcoin due to the coin's increasing strong performance against all other assets, as I just pointed out, which should drive institutional players and retail players into the mix, in which they're currently buying up Bitcoin faster than it's being mined right now. And Powell also recently announced he has more than 50% of his net worth into Bitcoin, arguing that it may be the best trade of his lifetime. Touche. So let me know if you have more than 50% of your portfolio invested into Bitcoin. Drop me a comment right down below. And before we do some Bitcoin technical analysis and I break down this final story of the day, Bitcoin price sees a pullback, but the bulls are still marching strong towards that $20,000 all-time high. Let's first take a look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at $390 billion with $95 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and current BTC dominance is 62.3% according to CoinMarketCap. And now checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have Digibyte, Go Digi, up almost 16%, trading at 2.2 cents. This is one of the altcoins I'm extremely bullish on and have been talking about here in the show for a long time. Then we have FTX token, up 3.8%, trading just above $4. OKB, up 3.6%, trading at $4.69. We have NEEM up 3%, trading at 9.6 cents. And ABBC coin, up 2%, trading at 40 cents. And now checking out the biggest losers within the top 100, we have Compound down 14%, trading just above 98 bucks. AVE down 12%, trading at $29.70. We have YFI down 11%, trading just above 11,500. We have Loopring down 11%, trading just below 13 cents. And Band Protocol protocol down almost 10%, trading at $4.73. Now, out of this list of the biggest gainers and losers, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on? Drop me a comment right down below. And now checking out the Binance margins, we can see the bulls are barely in control, leading with 50.2% longs versus 49.8% shorts. Are you currently bullish or bearish on the king of all crypto? Holla at your boy. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the crypto greed and fear index. Shows we're currently rated a 67 in greed, yesterday a 70 in greed, last week a 73 in greed, and last month a 45 in fear. And if you're not familiar with the crypto greed and fear index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, before I break down this final story of the day, Bitcoin price sees a pullback, but the bulls are still marching strong towards $20,000, and we do some Bitcoin technical analysis. First, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 580 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. I also have some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also, be sure to smash that subscribe button right below this video, or if you're listening or tuning in on a different platform outside of YouTube, the direct YouTube link is cryptonewsalerts.net. You can also find us on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes. You'll find the links right here in the description. You can also follow me on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is cryptonewsyes. And yes, I'm very active on crypto Twitter. And for those of you active on Facebook, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy with over 17,000 cryptopreneurs just like yourself from all over the world. To become a part of it, click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, I do have a private crypto Telegram chat. To join it, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day. The price of Bitcoin has increased by 36% in the last 35 days, showing a strong rally. The market sentiment has been optimistic due to the rising institutional demand and the perception of Bitcoin as an inflation hedge. But after a large uptrend, the belief that Bitcoin may pull back has begun to increase, while a minor correction could occur, like the 4% downward trip to just under 13,000, which we're experiencing right now. A sizable downtrend is becoming increasingly unlikely. Bitcoin was at 13,860 at the day's peak, which marked the top of the July 2019 rally. That's right, that's the high for the year for the Bitcoin price. After hitting such a resistance area, a minor pullback is expected. Following a drop below 13,000, Bitcoin has quickly recovered to 13,150, demonstrating resilience. And throughout the past 11 years, Bitcoin has moved in cycles. That's right, Bitcoin is very cyclical. One of the most prominent narratives, among many others, is the block reward halving, where roughly every 4 years, the Bitcoin blockchain cuts in half the amount of Bitcoin mined. The halving slows down the pace at which new Bitcoin is created, causing its overall circulating supply to decrease over time. The year following every halving, Bitcoin has rallied strongly, as seen in December of 2017, when Bitcoin hit its all-time high at 20,000, subsequent to the July 2016 halving. If a similar pattern follows, the price of Bitcoin will likely hit 20K in March of 2021. An analyst known as Ceteris Paribus said, as you can check out right here, he tweeted, for Bitcoin to match last cycle's time to regain all-time high, it would need to hit $20,000 on March 11th, 2021. Would be kind of poetic for it to happen a year after arguably the most infamous day in Bitcoin history. Touche. But personally, I feel Bitcoin will reclaim its $20,000 throne here in the fourth quarter of 2020, as Tyler Winklevoss predicts. But let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. As such, analysts anticipate the road to 20K in the medium term to be met with obstacles and minor corrections. But 3 reasons could prevent Bitcoin from seeing a big pullback in the near term. So now for the 3 reasons on why Bitcoin is looking more bullish and will more likely break $20,000 here in the near term. All right, reason number 1, lower exchange inflows, staircase rally, and spot-led uptrend. During a bull cycle, the biggest threat to an uptrend is a potential sell-off from long-time hodlers and whales. Before the sell-off happens, some on-chain indicators could show the intent to sell. The most widely used indicator to gauge seller activity is exchange inflows. When whales prepare to sell Bitcoin, they typically transfer their Bitcoin holdings to exchanges. On some occasions, if a high net worth individual is dealing with extremely large Bitcoin holdings, then they might engage in peer-to-peer trades and over-the-counter over-the-counter markets, but in most cases, whales use exchanges like Coinbase, Gemini, and Binance. As such, when inflows to major exchanges increase, it often suggests selling pressure on Bitcoin might intensify. That's right, in the past month, as Bitcoin rallied, exchange inflows have not increased substantially. Ki Jongju, the CEO of analytics firm CryptoQuant, reaffirmed on October 27th that Bitcoin exchange inflows are declining. On October 22nd, whale inflows temporarily spiked, causing concerns of heightened selling pressure. Ju noted, still safe from short-term Bitcoin dumping as well. The recent rally has seen significant demand from spot and institutional markets. Light, a pseudonymous Bitcoin derivatives trader, shared here on crypto Twitter. Presently, market structure is distributed with no exchange monopolizing price discovery. Spot is leading derivatives. Make of it what you will. And lastly, the staircase rally of Bitcoin supports the argument that a large price drop has become less likely. In December of 2017, Bitcoin crashed after reaching 20,000 because the uptrend occurred in a short period, so there was not enough time to establish support and resistance levels. This time, Bitcoin is definitely a lot more mature and is climbing a staircase, consolidating after each rally. Such a technical pattern strengthens the uptrend and uplifts the overall momentum. That's the difference between now and 2017. And now for the potential reasons for a Bitcoin downtrend. Still, there are only two key reasons why traders anticipate a short-term Bitcoin downtrend. First, the US dollar index has been rebounding since alternative stores of value, including gold and Bitcoin, are priced against the dollar. The recovery of the dollar could negatively affect Bitcoin. Second, Bitcoin market sentiment is demonstrating FOMO level excitement, fear of missing out, that's right, which raises concerns of an overheated rally. Expect FOMO to kick in like a mofo. That's right, FOMO kicking in like a mofo when Bitcoin reclaims that $14,000 resistance and breaks it into support and we march towards 20,000. That, my friend, is when the real FOMO will kick in, especially when we hit that price discovery mode once again, which we haven't seen since 2017. That, my friend, is when things are going to get exciting. If you're to ask me, Bitcoin traders Michael Van de Poppe and Nick Code both emphasized that the rising dollar could be a problem for Bitcoin in the near term. Van de Poppe, a full-time trader at the Amsterdam Stock Exchange and Cointelegraph contributor, said that the 12,700 remains a potential target if the dollar continues to climb. He goes on to share, retrace here on Bitcoin as the dollar is pushing upwards given the surrounding coronavirus pandemic fears to avoid deviation above range high 13,250 to 13,325 has to hold for support. If that breaks, then 12,700 seems next. Researchers at Sentiment shared the following on Twitter. The social mood for Bitcoin investors and traders has been showing an expected pattern of rising positive posts and a very mild drop in negative posts during this price surge. Overall social volume is also rising, indicating higher than normal FOMO levels. So there you have it. And now for the possible variables. In the last 3 days, the hash rate of the Bitcoin blockchain network has dropped substantially. According to data from ByteTree, miners have been selling large amounts of BTC in the past week. Analysts attribute this trend to the end of the rainy season in China, which affects the cost of electricity of Bitcoin miners. During the rainy season, miners can gain access to cheaper electricity, which allows them to mine more Bitcoin with lower costs. There is a possibility that, as miners slow down their operations, they will sell Bitcoin to take profit. As Cody, an on-chain analyst, said, the hashing power outflows out of China has been fast and could accelerate further in 2021. While this is a positive development for the decentralization of the hash rate, in the short term, it could affect the markets. He goes on to share right here, the only thing faster than Bitcoin outflows from exchanges will be the hash power outflows out of China in 2021. The energy Goliaths are here and they're ready to supply all the good miners with cheap electricity to put the plug in their own bleeding. The pivot will be glorious. Atop the mass exodus of miners in China, the uncertainty around how the United States presidential election will affect the global equities market is causing both American and European stocks to slump. The Dow Jones Industrial Average has decreased by 5% in the past 5 days. That's a 1% loss per day, rattling all risk on and risk off markets. The dollar aside, gold, Bitcoin, and stocks have all fallen in tandem in the last 24 hours, demonstrating a high level of uncertainty in the market. And now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. Bitcoin will suck in every asset narrative, spit it out, and surpass $1 million, says macro guru Raoul Pal. That's right, he goes on to share, he predicts Bitcoin will reach $1 million by the year 2025, and he says Bitcoin is the best opportunity of his career. I shared with you the tweet storm here from Raoul Pal on crypto Twitter, and regarding the $20,000 all-time high, Raoul Pal shares, There are literally only two resistances left on the Bitcoin chart, 14,000 and then the old all-time high at 20K. I fully expect new all-time highs by early next year at the latest. And then I also shared with you in today's show, Tyler Winklevoss says, I do think we'll see an all-time high price for Bitcoin before 2020 is over, even though the price has climbed from almost 10K to almost 14,000 in less than a month. It hasn't really gone on a breakout run yet. When we start to see $3,000 to $5,000 surges, then the bulls will be on the run. That's right. And I also shared with you the latest from Max Kaiser, who pointed out there's nothing but air from 14,000 to a new all-time high. I don't expect any kind of pullback until 28,000, and it may be short-lived. Also in today's show, we did some Bitcoin technical analysis, and I shared that the Bitcoin price may see a pullback, but that the bulls are still marching strong towards $20,000. So where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go from here? Drop me a comment right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right. And turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And real quick before I go, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash that link right below this video in the description to register for this free system entitled OPM Wealth. You'll be glad you did, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.